Hello beautiful people, Julia here. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Julia Inspired Lifestyle Channel. And on this channel, I talk about all the things you need to know to learn how to earn money, how to save money, and how to invest and multiply your money, specifically in stocks. I am a stockaholic. Oh yeah? So every week, millionaires and millionaires to be just like you, that's if you're not one already, watch and learn how to make money, how to save money, and how to invest money from this beautiful and amazing channel. All the things that will help you to move a level ahead in your life, because 2022 is our money year, and I want to give you options to better your life. Have you subscribed to my channel? I'm waiting for you. Can you just click on that red subscribe button for me, because it gives me motivation to do more videos. Secondly, YouTube shows it to more people, and when you do that, you are one of the first people to see my next new video. And if only you know the next video I'll be dropping, you will quickly click on that red button. Welcome back to this very part 2 of this YouTube training. I told you in the previous one, if you missed it, you need to learn all the important things about financial crisis. So if you missed that one and you're catching this particular video for the first time, kindly look for the first one, how to get out of financial crisis. It's very important. It will bless your life. But today I'm going to be talking about how to be a smart saver, especially in down times. Things are hard now, and most people are seeing red. Like everything is red around them. There's nothing green at all, nothing inspiring. And to make matters worse, salaries are still the same, bills are increasing. So the question is, I get to hear this all the time. How do I save? How do I save now that things are hard? How do I save now things are hard? Saving is a very difficult culture, I must say. We all have a very poor saving culture. So the question is, how can you save in down times? I was actually saved from a major issue. I talked a little bit about it in the first video. When I discussed the financial crisis, I discussed something very personal. I said that I had to pay over 2 million naira that someone had taken. That's over $2,000 I had to pay. Sorry, over $4,000 I had to pay because someone I helped disappeared with someone's products. So I'm just trying to save up now to replace those losses. But if I didn't have a backup, I would have been in a very big problem. So today I'll be sharing with you the things you're going to do to save in down times, because a lot of people keep saying, I wish what I had now, I had it 10 years ago. All these type of excuses can really be annoying sometimes for me. Pardon me. You have missed out on those knowledge and now you have it. Forget about the past. The question is, what can you do now you have this information? Because if you finish getting this knowledge and you do not do anything about it, you're going to be in a bigger problem. So first of all, you have to tell yourself that you cannot continue living your life without any savings. It is very bad. It is very, very bad. Today you're getting the knowledge, so I'm be loving to give you the information so that you will not be regretting your next 5 to 10 years. And why this information is important for me is that you get to teach your child, you get to teach your spouse, you get to teach your family members, your brothers, your sisters, your cousins, your relatives. Letting one person know about this will save 1,000 people, because eventually more people will get to know about it. So first of all, you are going to understand and set a goal for your saving. That is one major way you are going to get a head start. But you are going to have to change. You must have a mindset shift. But we're going to get into that. For now, I want us to discuss the definition of savings. This is actually the dictionary definition. You can see here it says, the first one says an economy of or reduction in money, time, or another resource. So when you are taking money from somewhere to put somewhere else, that is saving. The second one is the money one has saved, especially through a bank or official scheme. So when you save money through a bank or any official scheme to keep it so you do not touch it for the time being, you're actually saving money. Let's look at another well-defined definition of saving. It's important you understand this. So let's look at the proper definition of savings, which I prefer the most. Savings is a process of setting aside a portion of current income for future use, or the flow of resources accumulated in this way over a given period of time. This is so simplified. Just reading it like this, you will understand what it is. So saving may take the form of increases in bank deposits, purchases of securities, or increased cash holdings. I feel like we need to know what saving means so that you are going to make sure it sticks into your head that you are going to start saving from today. This training for you will not be in vain, all right? I'm going to discuss something else that is important, and that is the importance of saving. Because if you don't know why you should save, you'll probably not, put your mind into it. You probably will not have that mindset shift I really want you to get. So why is it important that you should have some savings? The first one is that savings gives you financial security. Yeah, a lot of times security is very important. Even in the Bible, money answereth all things. See, money is a tool that can solve problems for you. If you want to move your child from one school to another, if you don't have a savings or money planned out for it, you're not going to do that. If you don't like the way maybe your neighbors behave and you want to move, if you don't have money, you are not going to do that. You'll be stuck there. So money gives you some form of security that you can do the things you want to do. You're like secured within your own walls. So you can make decisions in and out without thinking twice. The second one is that money gives you freedom. When you have enough money, you can plan a vacation. You can start living the life that you want. When you are free, you don't bother about very little things. You can't get angry when someone scratches your car or hits your car, because you have enough. You're not going to be so irritated. It's not like you're not going to talk about it, but the way you're going to talk about it really matters. There's a huge difference. Okay, there's a huge difference. So it gives you some kind of backup. And the third thing is that saving helps you to avoid bad debt. When you have money and you have an emergency, you don't call your friend to say, please, can you send me money? You can only do that maybe when your money is saved in dollars and you need them to be converted to naira, and you can't possibly do that at the moment. So you may be asking someone to give you money now. In the next 1 hour, you are going to be sending the money back. There's a huge difference. So when you have money, you will avoid debt. You will completely avoid debt, and you will no longer borrow from Ada to pay Oliver. Stuff like that will not even exist. Another thing is that saving gives you self-respect. There are people that when they are in their village meeting or in a circle of friends meeting, they can't contribute. One, you don't have enough. Okay, they are talking about maybe a property. You cannot put your mouth. One, you don't even have any property. You don't even have a land. You don't have money. They are still contributing money and giving you to complete your children's school fees or maybe your own house rent. Stuff like that. And then they are talking about it. You may have a good idea, but you may not have the confidence to speak about it. So money gives you self-respect. When people have money and they walk up to talk, everybody wants to listen. People feel like, because you have. And if you have a good saving culture, you'll be able to get yourself a huge amount of money, saved that you can use to do so many things. The next thing is that saving money helps you to get the best opportunities and deals. Sometimes when you hear people saying, oh, there's this building that is on distress sale, the person that owns it has a need for it. If you have saved up money, you can solely purchase that particular property. You can also get 1 or 2 or 3 friends that are savers like you, and both of you or 3 of you or 4 of you, whichever number it is, can pool funds together and get what you want. See the difference? So that is why saving money is very important. It gives you one of the best deals. Things that you would naturally get at maybe $1,000 and it has dropped to like $400. You quickly grab it because you have handy money. This works a lot for people who invest in the stock market. Currently the stock market has really dipped. You see stocks like maybe Amazon that used to be in $3,500 has dropped to $2,400. Many people have taken that opportunity. You see someone like Warren Buffett who has gone to do shopping spree, buying up lots of stocks that have dropped, that are good. It's not just on any one of them, okay? You see stocks like Tesla moving from $1,000 all-time high, $1,400 to $680. Hey! So see, this is why having money saved can help you. I equally grabbed some. I will not lie. I grabbed some. So let's move on. Savings also help you to create wealth. Yes, when you have money, you can look into investments. You can look into educational fund. You can look into purchasing properties. You can look into real estate. So many things you can do when you already have money. Another thing is that saving money will help you sort out emergencies. On a serious note, I've gone to hospitals and I have seen where people's health are deteriorating simply because the family cannot raise enough money. They are still running around trying to find people to either borrow money to them or even give them out of charity. I have seen people whose eye, they have gone to see the eye doctor and it took them like almost a year to come back with the amount of money that they requested for probably a treatment, and by then the condition of the person has really deteriorated. These are clear-cut personal experiences. I know that you have seen 1 or 2 of these things. I have seen where people's leg have had to be amputated because they didn't have money in time to take care of that particular emergency. I have seen people get thrown out of houses because they didn't have enough money to pay up their bills, and it happened. So this is where saving money can help you sort out little emergencies. It can be anything at all. The next one is saving gives you a better life. When you have money, you'll be able to plan yourself. You'll be able to attend certain trainings. You'll be able to pay for courses. You'll be able to, upgrade your lifestyle. You'll be able to live better. You'll be able to afford some healthy supplements. You need to live a better life, a healthier life. The next one is investment. I've talked a little bit about it, which you and I know. When you have money, when opportunities come in investment, you can get grab these very good opportunities. That they are like once in a lifetime kind of opportunities. So the last one is when you are saving money and you have enough, you can start thinking of giving back to the society, being charitable. Most times when people ask you for help and you are so irritated, it's because you don't have enough. When you have enough, you'll be glad to help. You'll be glad to give out. You'll be glad to help someone pay up something, support someone in one way or the other. So is it important to save? Very, very, very important to save. Okay, let's continue. Well, I'm going to talk about something very important. That's the money personalities. The important thing is you need to understand where you belong. All right? You need to find out what is it that moves you. Like, the truth is, for you to get your finances together, for you to get a good saving culture, you need to identify, you need to figure out your type, your money personality type. So there are actually 5 of them, and I'm going to discuss about them. The first one is the spenders, the second is the savers, the third are the shoppers, the fourth the debtors, the fifth the investors. And then I added the extra one, the gamblers. I don't know where to place them, but I still feel like I should mention a little bit about them. So let's talk about the spenders quickly. So the spenders are those that live in the moment. They don't save for rainy day. Like the last thing on their mind is, let us have saving for where we want to save for future. They are like, no, let's eat it now. If I die today, then I know I'm happy. So they are the kind of people, when they go to shop, they don't look at the price tags. They just want to buy things that they feel like, oh, this is very good. I love this particular dress. I love this particular bag. Whatever it is, they are more interested in quality. They are more interested in designers, the best of the best. So that's their trigger. So they feel like they want to reward themselves. Like maybe they just landed a major contract. They go out to spend and buy things to say, wow, this befits my new level or my new title. So some of them are, they're like trigger spenders, and then some of them are like self-esteem spenders. So they are just buying those things to feel good, so that we wait the level where they feel they are at the moment. And then some other people are spenders because they're like, I call them fear of missing out spenders. They feel like, oh, if I'm not part of this gang, then I am not in the circle. So if everybody's buying Lexus Jeep car, I need to buy my own Lexus Jeep. So that's the way they think. So you need to know if you belong there. We also have smart spenders. There are people who can spend big, but they are spending wisely. So you need to understand exactly where you belong. One thing is that most spenders are usually poor money managers. I have noticed that once they get money, the only thing in their mind is another one is going to come. So they see themselves, continuously spending. So I'm sure you may be thinking, this a little bit of this is me, or maybe all of what you've discussed is me. So, but if this is where you are, you should know you are a spender. Let's talk about the savers. All right, this is actually where I belong. I would not lie. I'm a frugal person. Like, I love to save. I try to save before I spend. So I save for emergencies, I save for vacation, I save for a project, I save for my trainings and courses. I practically save for anything. Before I do something, I put it in my plan and say, okay, by next month, this is what I'm going to do. This is how much I need. So this is where I actually belong. So I feel like a lot of women belong to this group. Not everyone, but there are some people, mostly women, who belong to this. They're always looking for ways to save. We're always looking for spending deals. Like when we want to buy, we're looking at, if I buy 3, will you give me a discount? Instead of buying 1, can I buy 3 and then I can get it cheaper? That is where we belong. We are the savers. We're always trying to figure out how to make the best out of even our shopping time. Sometimes people that are savers, you see them wearing one dress for a long time. You see them wearing one hair for a long time. You see them carrying one bag for years. You don't want to buy another one. They want one bag that serves all the purposes. So I can also call them the sharing CEOs. I find myself always organizing a group of people. Okay, let us get together to contribute together to do this so we can save money. I find myself doing this a lot. Like maybe that's why saving thing is so much into me. I get to talk about it without thinking. All right. So most people that are savers, they don't buy on credit. They actually don't spend money they don't have. If the money is still coming, they will wait until that money comes before they start spending. And they are, if you notice, they're always thinking of everything. They are the ones that will tell you this NEPA bill, it has 1 more week to go. They are thinking. So one problem they have is that they're always worrying because their mind is on every single thing. They cannot take their minds off and rest. Every minute of the day they wake up, they are thinking of 1 or 2 things. All right. So let's talk about the third group, which are the shoppers. So shoppers are more like the big spenders. Okay, they are more like the big spenders because shopping is therapeutic for them, and they usually get emotional satisfaction from shopping. They're always looking out for discounts, and when you look out for discounts, you may end up buying 100,000 worth of products as against 10,000 naira that you had in mind when you are leaving your house. So usually a trigger for them. They're always looking out for Black Fridays and all of that. And this set of people can buy on credit because they are crazy. They feel like this particular brand, this particular dress, I don't think I'll see it again. Let me buy it now. Let me get it now. So they end up buying sometimes the things they do not even need. You see, sometimes after buying that particular dress, after 1 year, they've not even worn it for any occasion. But at that moment, they felt like if I don't buy it, I will die. So for them, spending is irresistible. And like I said, spenders are shoppers most of the time, and they don't manage money. That's why they find themselves always owing debt. Once they are paying their salary, they first of all clear the old debt, and they now start again to acquire new debt. So you should know if you belong there. The fourth group are called the debtors. These are people who are always borrowing from Peter to pay Paul, and then borrow from John to pay Paul. Okay, sorry, they borrow from Peter to pay Paul, and then they borrow from John to pay Peter, and then they borrow from Joy to pay John. So the whole cycle just continues. But I need you to understand something. Some people who are good with debt have good debt too. They are good debtors. There are people who I know they are into financial businesses. They are so good finding good opportunities, so they borrow money in bulk, get what they want, and then they use their salary to pay off those debts. In that way, they're only trying to get the bulk sum at once, and then they gradually pay off. And these people, you see them after some years, they are living the life of their dreams because they have utilized that bulk sum to do something big, and when the returns come, it's massive. But I see this set of people as risk takers because they do things that sometimes you think this is not possible. So it's usually a 50-50 thing for them. But let's talk about people who even borrow to spend on some things that are not really useful. Some people borrow money and they have no plans of paying back. And when they run into issues, they start looking for someone else to collect money from, and they look out for Ponzi schemes that can double their money. In fact, some of them will tell you, let me put my money now before the other people will start joining. See, it's in the mind. Meanwhile, God has given you wisdom, giving you everything to create wealth, all right? So they can lose credibility and value. When you know your friend who is always coming to collect money from you, you definitely will not like to, do certain things with him or her. So it can keep you from investing right. It can keep you you get to miss out on good investment opportunities. So that is it about the debtors. Now the last one are the investors. These people are, I drew them as like the smart people who are passive income minded. When people are investing, they are trying to save days in future where they won't be working their ass off anymore, but the money will be coming in. I'm an investor and I'm a saver, and it's easier for savers to be investors because sometimes they have saved up a certain amount, so putting it into investment is easy. And when they're seeing their return, they're putting it back. They're reinvesting because they're looking at, okay, I want to retire in the next 10 years. How do I make this possible? So you see, sometimes they can be risk takers. And they have, they actually start small sometimes, and then they grow big, and then they usually have this circle of friends where they discuss these things, and they're always like empowering each other, supporting each other. They're seeking security, actually. So you see them, they are money makers, they love side hustle, they are learning, they are earning. And the bad side of it is that this set of people can be extreme hard workers. They are usually exhausted, drained, and sometimes they look unhealthy because their focus is on, I want to retire in the next 5-10 years. And they don't understand that there are easier ways of actually retiring early. And that is one of the things, we teach in the community, you have to learn the easy lazy man way to retire early. So if you are having issues working hard round the clock, it's a time for you to stop and rethink. It's important. If you feel, this is not a financial advice, it's for educational purpose, but if you feel like you want to get your life together, you can be a part of our community. The link to join is in the description. All right, so let's get on with the extra people I actually added. So I talked about the gamblers. These people have very bad habits, and they're usually debtors, because sometimes some of them that are like professional gamblers, they gamble away their primary source of income and the casual ones are the social gamblers are those that have a clique of friends and they're always going out to gamble out their lives and everything, and they take these things like joke, and then they find themselves stuck in a very bad situation. So the question is, how do you get out? The first thing I would discover that you have wealth in your skills, your knowledge, and your expertise. Use them to create digital products that people are looking for. Second is, you should tell yourself that new things will always come. So the fact that you are missing out on purchasing this shoe or bag or house or car right now, better ones are coming in the next 1 year, trust me. The third one is, don't spend all you have like a fool. Don't spend all you have. Moderation is key. Be moderate. Sometimes some savers can really be the extreme frugal people, and they can be annoying. So they're living and dying. You are saving money, and after everything, what do you want to do with all of them? So, and the last one is, please be accountable. You have to be accountable. If you find yourself you're not saving, find someone you can give your money, someone who can help you set up a system. We're going to talk about that. So the next I'm going to talk about is factors that you need to keep in mind when you're considering savings. Let's go there. I've already talked about the money personalities. All right, so let's talk about the factors to consider when saving. The first thing for me is the positive mindset. See, when we're growing up, I don't know if you ever heard this thing. Sometimes you want to collect money from your parents and they tell you, go and pluck it from the tree. Do you think money grows on the trees? Where do you want me to get the money? So, usually they are coming from a place where they have no knowledge, they have no backup, no savings, no financial literacy. So they're really stressed out. What they are earning is not enough. They have no extra stream of income. So this is something you should develop now. Develop your mind that you have wealth in your skill, your knowledge, your expertise. If you can turn them into money-making ventures, you have extra stream of income, and you'll be able to live the kind of life. Besides, you have the power to be anything you want to be when you get the right information and you're in the right setup. So changing your mindset from scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset will help you to work on your mind to start saving. Some people will tell you, what we are earning at the moment, I don't think I'll be able to use it to save. You can. Tell yourself you can and you will. So when you have mindset of, you're always thinking of, Nigeria economy is bad, the world is going through a lot. Do you know that in this whole financial crisis the world is going through now, inflation, war and all of that, stocks that are dipping, it is creating new set of millionaires. I talked about it in one of my videos that this is the time when the market is making a wealth transfer. Money is moving from some people who used to be rich to people who were never rich, and they're going to become billionaires. So if you know that your mind can conceive and you can be anything, you will know that if you get the right information, you will be the next millionaire in your family or billionaire in your family. The second is purpose. You have to save for something. You must save for a particular purpose. So it's good you start saving for something. Maybe you're saving for your children's education, or maybe for your own education, or you want to relocate. You can start saving for relocation. You can save for rent. You can save for vacation. You can save for trainings and boot camp. Define the purpose of your saving. If you do not define it, it will be difficult for you to keep up. The third one is the support. You must get an accountability partner, especially in your beginner stage. Don't say I can do this all by myself. Sometimes you cannot do it for yourself. So that's why for me, I feel like retirement savings fund accounts are one of the best things ever. Because imagine telling somebody, please, can I access 100% of that money? I will save up again. I have a need, and they will give it to you. But you see, the way it is structured, you cannot even use it. It's only when you've retired that you have access to it, or maybe in cases of death, they cannot pass it on to your next of kin. Fantastic. So if you put up your own savings, put it in a system, especially where it has SEC protection. Okay, use the very good ones. You can also use asset management to save so that you don't have access to it. You can also use PiggyVest Lock. They have this app in this particular. I like their lock. You don't have access. If you have to take it, the penalty you pay is going to outweigh the benefit. So you rather keep the money there and just wait until the time is up. So support is good. Systems, I've mentioned one. I use PiggyVest. I also use Cowrywise. They are not paying me, but I have to mention them so that people can get. They have other good ones, but these are the ones I'm using. That's why I'm mentioning them. Like I said, it's not a financial advice. It's for educational purposes, and if you learn, you can apply them and do your research, and you'll be good. Let's talk about the last one, which okay, it's not even the last one. Okay, focus. You have to keep your mind in focus. For example, if you are saving money for vacation and you need #1,000,000 naira, you're going to keep at it until you hit your 1,000,000 naira. You're not going to save halfway and change your mind. And that's where accountability comes in, really. It will help you to firmly focus. Another thing is budget. When you place a budget and you know that every month I'm supposed to take 5% of my income and put into this saving, it becomes like a work standard procedure for you. So you stick by it. Another thing is understand that your family matters, because if you know how to say no, and then you understand that when family come with the emotional blackmail, oh please, can you give me? Sometimes people that are collecting money from you are saving, and you are the good person, you're giving out. So before you give them, consider, have you saved? Have you paid yourself first? Have you invested? These are questions you should ask. Then the last one is understand your numbers. See, when I mentioned that in the first video about, watch out for your leaks. Very important. Let me give you a clear example. You are the person who likes to eat shawarma every week. Okay? So let's assume every week, once a week. I know some people eat shawarma more than once a week, but let us assume that once a week you actually eat shawarma. So in a month, you're spending about 6,000 naira just on shawarma. Now in a year, you have blown 72,000 naira. I have not added the cost of fuel or transport and other logistics and things like, you are going there with your cousin or with your friend and you end up buying for 2 or 3 people. You are excited. You now buy. You have money in your hand. So you see that in a year, almost 100,000 that you would have saved, you have used it to eat shawarma. And all these little numbers add up. See all those shawarma, Greek yogurt, ice cream, Coke, little, pleasures here and there. You can curtail. It can buy you even an insurance cover. That if anything happens to your car or your house, anything, or you can use it. So think smart. You are in the 21st century. This is why this video training is very important. I hope you're getting value. Now the last thing I'm going to talk about is how best to save. So I'm going to list out different things. The first one is save from cost. Save from cost simply means those things you spend money on. That's like the last night I discussed about understanding your numbers. So check your budget, check your last 90 days, see the things you're spending more money. Can you reduce them? So if you spend 6,000 every month from shawarma, can you take 3,000 to save? So that means you have just 3,000. So you're going to eat your shawarma maybe twice only, and you're going to use the remaining to save. That's saving from costs. Okay. The second thing is read my free book. I have this book called Where Is My Money Going To? Very interesting book you should get. It's free, so click on the link in the description and you can grab a copy for yourself. Read it. It will open your eyes to see where your money is going to. X-ray your spending. Track them. Like I said, bring your phone, all your debit alerts, and all the places you've gone to buy with cash and they are giving you printed receipts. Put them together. Have a clear understanding. How much do I really spend in a month? And you have to consider everything. I see people who have dogs, when they are putting their budget, they don't even bother. They say, it's dog now. They are part of it, They are part of it. So add them up. Another thing is live below your means. Yes, if you spend 120,000 and that is your salary, please learn how to live below 100,000. So you can have at least 25 to 30,000 naira, at hand. You can save, invest, and other things. Buy alternatives. Yeah. Reduce fast food, treats, ashwebi, makeup. You can buy the alternatives. If your friend says come and do ashwebi for me, wear what you have and attend the wedding. And that way you save money for ashwebi. Just transport yourself to that place. Simple. You can cut back on the things you are buying or buy alternatives. Sometimes finding alternatives that are cheaper can actually be, one way you can save a lot of money. So you can also share. You can buy things and share with people. So you save half of the money and also save extra cost. Another thing is, do not dress or live to impress people, because those people you are trying to impress, they will end up not being it. One little thing, they will still say bad things about you. So just focus on your life and do what's important. Reward system. Yes, it's important that you reward yourself once in a while. Like I said, instead of buying shawarma 4 times a month, tell yourself, okay, for saving money, I get to treat myself with shawarma once a month or twice a month. That's enough. Reward yourself is very important, okay? And then healthy living. You need to live healthy. Like, you're going to learn how to reduce stress. Sometimes noise can be a problem. You have to reduce and work out. You have to eat fruits, be in good shape, and treat yourself well, because when you're healthy, you're going to enjoy it. And the last one is think long term. Anything you're doing, remember, you're doing it for tomorrow. You're doing it for future. You're not in the moment. So always do the right thing. And as I wrap it up, I'm going to discuss some saving products that we have available you can leverage on. The first one is the Piggy method. I discussed it, Piggyverse. Go to Play Store, Google Play Store or Apple Play Store, type Piggyverse and download it straight into your phone. Or you can click the link in my description and you use my link and you get rewarded. I get rewarded. You can also do that for Cowrywise. Go to Google Play Store, download Cowrywise, or you can use my own link in the description. You can do that, but most importantly, get the app and start using it. Second one is Piggy Vault. This is used by a lot of rich people who want to keep in handy cash. You see that in a lot of business people's or rich people's homes. Okay, we have the savings account. I don't like it because bank will end up using your money to do bigger businesses and give you peanuts. So I would rather use the money instead of putting it in the bank. I would rather put it in high interest savings accounts or invest it and earn dividends. That's what I do. And the next one is fixed deposit. This you can discuss with the bank. I have XYZ amount of money. I want to keep it for the next 2 years in your account. How much? What's the percentage I'm looking at to get from you? You can have a conversation. You can draw up an agreement. You sign. You keep the money there. And after 2 years, the money has some return on investment, but it may not be much. Just so you know, it may not be much. The next one is mutual funds. Okay, these are super effective because this is, in mutual fund, a lot of things are happening. The most important thing that they have fund managers who their job is to give you good return on your money and they are looking for low risk investments. So one of the best things they do is money markets. So there are so many of them. Stanbic IBTC, First Bank has, there are so many Quadros, there are just so many of them. Walk into the bank and request, and if the bank is also doing that, they will give you a lot of information. The next one is Ajo Isusu contribution. I've done a video on this. Watch that particular video, Ajo contribution, why is important. I do that. I have 2 different contributions in a year. It gives me over $5,000, and I use it to invest and do other things. So you may not even do it in that big way. There are people, you see these market people, you see where people are contributing 100 every day. In 365 days, you see they have a lot of money more than you. And in your mind, you think these are market women. They don't know what they are doing. Someone goes around, collects 1,500, 100 naira on daily basis from these people. And at the end of the year, some of them have over $1 million naira saved. So think about it. The next one is insurance. Insurance product. You can use insurance for wealth creation and wealth transfer. A lot of rich people use this. Probably one of these I'm going to do a separate video training on it. Okay? Then there is retirement savings fund. It's easy when you are working and your salary account is connected to your retirement savings account. So they take out a certain amount and they put it out there for you for your next for your retirement, really, so that when you retire you have access to the money. Then you can also invest and save in gold and precious stones. This is very popular in the northern part of Nigeria, in the Saudi Arabia, in India. These are places where people can invest in gold. And when you have gold, they're always appreciating. And you can sell them at any time. They are so valuable. So these are ways you are going to look into saving products. So I think now you are ready to start saving very well. Today is the tomorrow you saw yesterday. So you see, that next 5 years you're thinking used to be that 5 years ago that, today was that 5 years ago you thought about and said, in the next 5 years I'm going to be rich. But hey, we're in 5 years time and you are still broke and poor. So the question is, that next 5 years you're dreaming of, start now to put in the right practices. So do not let inflation distract you. In fact, use inflation to your advantage. Learn how to earn extra money and have an abundance mindset, because even in the Bible, God said to Abraham, look, as far as you can see, you can have it all. So I'm telling you today, look inward. Think of the possibilities, the things you can achieve. As far as you can see them, you can have it all. So we've come to the end of this particular video, and the next one, which is the part 3, is the one that you're going to love, and that is financial success on autopilot. We've talked about financial crisis in the part 1. Part 2 is this one, the saving. I've shown you how to save. I've taught you the benefits and why you should be doing it. The next one you should not miss is financial success. So have you shared this video? Have you subscribed to this channel? Share this video. In fact, do yourself a huge favor. Dedicate and say, let me change 5 people's lives. Send it to 5 people. They will be grateful they watched this video because of you. Thank you, and I will see you in the next video.